And it's time for your Gianna Volpe report, brought to you in part by Village Overhead Doors in Southold, by the Dunkin' Inn in Jamesport, and by the Crazy Fork in Mattatuck. Good morning, Gianna.
Good morning, Bruce. Not the nicest day out there, but still incredibly special one for us here in Riverhead. We are going to, tonight is the return of One Guitar, this year named One Guitar Uproar. It is a very special benefit for the Maureen's Haven Homeless Outreach Program. And in this morning, we've got Executive Director Maryann Gensler in the house with us. Welcome, Maryann. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
And I'm so happy to be talking One Guitar. Third year in a row.
Yes. Incredible.
And this year, we've got a guitar to give away.
Yes, we're raffling off a beautiful Schecter electric guitar, a C6, and brand new, gorgeous guitar.
Electric blue.
Yes.
And we, now, if for those unfamiliar with the concept, what we got going on here, every artist playing there tonight and who will be on the CD, I'm guessing that Mick at Lantern Sound Recording Rig made a CD again this year of all of the artists. Will play on the same 1961, I believe, a Gibson J45 guitar. Tonight's guests, and $20 for tickets.
Yeah, $20. At this point, they can pay at the door.
You can pay at the door, or you can go to paperbagtickets.com.
Yes,
but
might as well
go.
pay.
Yeah, go to the door. 7 o'clock tonight, Vail-Leavitt Music Hall, right here in his beautiful, historic downtown Riverhead. The acts tonight are Eddie Ayala, James O'Malley, Fred Raimondo, Mick Hargreaves, Kerry Kearney, I love him, Rob Europe, Gail Storm, Shari Yeomans, Steve Skoldberg, Chuck Finch, Joe Potter, Bob Wescott, Dan Horton, Dan Reyburn, Walter Sargent, Jim Dexter, Bryan Gallo, Bryan Downey, John Ciccariello, Doug Attridge, Marty Attridge, Leah Kay, Glen Feit Sr, Jonathan Nathan, Keith Cummins, Don Bracken, and guests. So it sounds like we'll have some special appearances tonight.
Incredible talent.
Unbelievable talent we have here on our East End to give back to the community. Do you know over the years how much One Guitar has raised for Maureen's Haven?
About $25,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's not. And it's been enormously helpful, put to great use. And, you know, the other thing, aside from the money, is also the impact that it has really on the guest, as odd as that may sound, because, you know, the fact that these are local artists who are giving of their time and themselves,
yes,
really affirms for our guests that they're being thought of,
right,
you know, and you know, sort of embraced by the community, you know, and especially with Don, how passionate he is about our mission, and he oftentimes shows up at our host sites and is with the guests, and you know, serves them, you know, takes care of them. So it's really just an incredible gesture,
right?
You know, and the fruit of so many, and such a beautiful expression of charity.
And talking about Don, what a special guy!
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah. I'm curious, how far does that go for Maureen's Haven? I mean, how much does it cost to operate some of the programmings that you guys do?
Well, you know, we have so many volunteers, and so I think for some, you know, they think, well, how much does it cost to really run that program? Because so much is volunteer run driven.
Yeah, but still,
but exactly. I mean, we have, you know, the agency itself. We have case managers who do incredible work. By the way, an amazing program manager, John McKay, and so the other thing is that, we have the 15-passenger vans to run. Insurance is incredibly expensive. And where we can, we assist people with their immediate needs as well.
Right.
So, there's never enough money.
Right. Well, and I imagine that the case manager part of it has to have been stepped up in the last year or so. I remember the last time that we spoke, you were talking about, what was it, the Fed's move to actually find housing for people. Talk a little bit about that.
The Housing First initiative.
Yes.
Yeah. So they sort of ramped up this initiative has been around several years, but in the past, to get somebody housed who's been chronically homeless, one of the requirements was that they be sober, drug-free, which is really hard for our guests. They're on the streets, and so oftentimes, along with mental illness, comes substance abuse. Mm-hmm. So if they're struggling with sobriety or drug addiction, it was almost impossible to get them housed.
I always kind of wondered about the Catch22 situation there, just because I know that there's a lot of rehabilitation centers and whatnot where the people can't get in the door unless they're clean or sober, and I imagine that if you're struggling with substance abuse, that's got to be hard.
Absolutely. And how are you going to get well if you don't have permanent shelter? How are you, so, just think of yourself, if you had any type of illness and you had no housing.
Right.
The added stress, all of
gosh.
that. Yeah. So this initiative is really, makes the most sense. So let's get them housed, and then let's deal with their issues once they're housed.
Right.
And it's been enormously successful. So our case managers now are working very closely with the Long Island Coalition for the Homeless, and so our guests are being targeted, to get them housed as quickly as we can through this model.
So how's it been going? Have you had success?
We've been pretty successful since it's been rolled out. It was rolled out officially in May 1st. But we since our special relationship, we were able to get in a little bit earlier. So thus far we've housed 6.
Wow.
And we're just sort of going down the list. Now, does that mean there's going to be no more homeless people? No.
No, but I imagine there's going to be some success stories, and that they will be able to serve as role models to future guests.
Yeah, and we were really so happy, especially for this one couple that had been together for a long time. The woman was HIV positive, or is HIV positive, I should say, and her partner, and it was difficult to get them housed because she would not separate from him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's really been her caretaker, and so through this initiative, we were able to get them both housed.
Wow.
And so they're together.
Why would that have been an issue? Why would they have needed to get split up?
Well, they weren't legally married.
Okay.
And also, she could get housed because of her condition much quicker than he. Okay. So, but she would not separate from him. So that's
so romantic.
It's just a beautiful story, and they're doing so well, and I'm just so happy. And they come by and say hello, and
that's got to make you feel with all the stress that I imagine that you go through, because it's difficult, like, not to take anything away, to be in that situation has to be just undescribably difficult. But then I imagine you sort of seeing all of them and taking it in a little bit. How is that?
Well, the only way I think the best way to describe my experience sometimes is the gold nugget in the mud. You know, you're panning for gold, and you know, there's a lot of mud to go through, but then you get it, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the way I view it. You know, so there is sadness. There's a lot of sadness, but when it's great, it's
right.
incredible,
and to be the light in darkness. That's an incredibly powerful thing. Be the light in darkness tonight, 7 p.m. at the Vail-Leavitt Music Hall for one Guitar Uproar. $20 a ticket will get you tickets to an amazing show. The talent here is undescribable. Everyone will be playing on the same J45 guitar, and there's going to be a giveaway for a C6
raffle.
Oh, it's raffle. But you know, someone's going to win it.
$5 a ticket.
$5 raffle ticket.
Right. And 3 for $10.
3 for $10. Win a Schecter guitar, electric blue. It's gorgeous. We've got to wrap it up for tonight. Get your tickets at the door tonight at 7, Vail-Leavitt Music Hall.
Greenport Harbor Brewery will be selling beer.
Excellent.
So there'll be some refreshments, and it's going to be a great time, a beautiful evening. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you so much, Maryann, for coming on. And when we get back, we'll be talking to a legitimate Wyoming cowboy.
An overhead door serves a purpose, and it should be as beautiful as the rest of your home or building. For more than 30 years, Village Overhead Doors has been creating and installing beautiful garage doors for contractors and homeowners on the North and South Forks. They also install automatic garage door openers that open with the click of a remote, so there's no getting out of the car in bad weather. For a wide range of styles, from lifetime steel doors to custom-made wood doors, and for all your garage door needs, please call 765-4963 today and find out how your garage door can be a beautiful focal point of your home or building's exterior. Village Overhead Doors of Southhold, 765-4963. Make the call and let them add beauty and value to your home or business.
The Crazy Fork on the main road in Mattituck is the place for entertainment on the North Fork. From live comedy to music to the Revolution No. 9 variety shows, you'll have a good time. The Crazy Fork is comfy but classy, and the food is good. Whether you're looking for fish tacos or lobster mac and cheese, or a steak or seafood, you'll love the Crazy Fork. The Crazy Fork also serves homemade pizza and a sandwich for every taste. So don't stay home tonight. Come on out. Have some fun at the place for entertainment on the North Fork. The Crazy Fork. The Crazy Fork on the main road in Mattituck. Call 631-298-1100 for the Crazy Fork in Mattituck.